Hey guys, welcome to today's video. So today I have a 33-week pregnancy update. I think that the last pregnancy update I did for this pregnancy, I think I was 25 weeks. I'm a little bit later on filming this than I had intended, but that's okay. It's fine. So here is the bump. You can kind of see it there. I mean, I don't think that you cannot see it, so there it is. There is the 33-week bump. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about what I've been experiencing this pregnancy so far. And yeah, so let's get into it. I know I talked in the first one kind of about some of the I don't want to call them complications, roadblocks we had hit. So I will link that in the eye if you want to check out that one. So this is our second baby. This is my second pregnancy. Our first is a boy and this one is a girl. We are so excited. We're so happy. But like I said, we did have a couple just weird things that popped up on ultrasound. So we got genetic testing done, and even though it's not like 100% accurate, I think it's like 98 or 89% accurate, and said that everything was fine. And the last ultrasound we did, they said everything was fine. So that's been very good to know. And like I said in that one, I think I mentioned that I have felt completely normal. I mean, besides normal pregnancy things, I haven't gotten that inkling that something was going wrong. And knock on wood, I still have not had that feeling. So that is very nice. But I was like, this pregnancy is far different than my last one with my son. Now, we didn't know what we were having the first time, but this time I've been a lot more emotional, and I feel like for a while there I had a good control of my emotion. Like I had reined it in from first trimester. We'd calmed down some. I wasn't crying or having these rage moments, which I don't know if I talked about the moment that I was like, oh shoot, maybe I am pregnant. Or just having some really bad time of the month type menstruation craziness. Jacob went to Dairy Queen that night. Jacob is my husband. And I was at the store. So I was in the store and he was going to pick up dinner. So then we didn't have to do both because we had our son with us. And anyways, we were trying to be quick because we were also hungry. And so he's picking that up, and then he comes and he picks me up once he has the food, and I'm done at the store, and we're driving back home, and I realized, I'm like, Jacob, where's my Dr. Pepper? He ordered the drinks, but they didn't give it to us, and he didn't realize it, and I just started crying. I don't know, but like I said, for a while, we moved past that, just crying all the time, or crying over everything. And getting super mad about a bunch of things. I will say though, I feel like within the last week, I have been super emotional again. Yesterday, I cried. I mean, there was something that like made me upset, but it wasn't like catastrophic. It wasn't like anything super bad was happening. I had this feeling of sadness and I just cried, and I couldn't stop crying. I think I cried for like an hour. I don't know. I just did, and I couldn't control it. And then every now and then like a song will come on. It doesn't have to be a sad song. It doesn't have to be a song that I associate with sad things, but I nearly cry or do actually start crying. So I am a lot more emotional this time than I feel like I was last time. I was kind of emotional last time, but this has put that to shame. That is for certain. I have had to take off my wedding ring because my hand was starting to swell. And it was like digging in and causing like a irritated scab. So I did have to take my wedding ring off, but luckily I have these silicone ones, so all is good in that department. I know as it gets hotter, I'm only going to swell more. I've already started the swelling process with my ankles and my feet, so I have to be very careful, not only about what I eat, but also like that I'm not standing too much, putting too much pressure on myself and in various ways. So there is that as well. Other than those things and the fact that now I've just gotten a whole lot more uncomfortable, like it is very hard to lay down and be comfortable whenever I sleep, just because of the size of my belly. And so our 21-month-old, so he won't quite be 2 yet by the time this baby girl is born. But he's been wanting to sleep with me, which is fine. Like, he wants me to put him to bed. Again, totally fine. However, we can get him to go to sleep, because he likes to move a lot. However we can get him to go to sleep, we're choosing that method right now. And he's been wanting to fall asleep with me, which is fine. He falls asleep relatively fast, but I start to get very uncomfortable. My back starts to hurt. And sometimes he does try to like move around. He pushes, and then it like moves her like up some, and it makes it a little bit hard to breathe or just feel like living, or feel like my body is not being crushed. But again, like it's fine. Like, it's just general uncomfortableness, and I know that will last through the rest of my pregnancy. The other thing is that I do feel like she is starting to drop. For a while there, like a couple weeks, she was really up in like my lungs and like my upper ribs, and now she's more so like lower on my side and like just lower in general, I feel. She is head down. So whenever we had our very last ultrasound, which came before 25 weeks, after 20 weeks, she was breech, so she was head up. But we did do a 3D ultrasound a couple of weeks ago now, and she was head down. And between the times then too, I'd kind of asked my doctor what she thought, and she's like, well, I'm pretty sure she's head down right now. Not something that we needed to be worried about right then, but she is currently head down, though she could move. You never know what a baby's gonna do. But I haven't felt like I felt her flip, if that makes sense. I feel like I definitely felt her legs, possibly her arm, kind of in this general area. So the way that they described it is she was head, and then like arms and legs, and then like butt and back on the side. So let's see what else is there. Oh, I do think I've started to get like Braxton Hick type contractions. Whenever I was pregnant with Owen, our firstborn, our son, I had this spell of it was contractions. They were really bad and it hurt, and it lasted a really long time, but they were never like super long. They never got closer together or further. They're kind of just a little bit irregular, but they felt like more than Braxton Hicks to me. So we did end up having to go into the hospital, but I was just dehydrated. So I've been trying to be very good about making sure that I'm drinking enough water this time, so then I don't have that. So it kind of, to me, made Braxton Hicks, like after that experience, I guess I just didn't notice Braxton Hicks as much. But I've been trying to notice them now, and I think I have started like where my belly will just harden for like a minute or under a minute at a time, and be kind of irregular. I'm sure I'll think of a million things after I finish filming this. We have started packing I've started packing the hospital bag. I know it is early, but we got induced last time. Like, we went into a doctor's appointment, and all of a sudden we were in the hospital and we were having the baby. So I am also somebody, I like to kind of take my time. I want to be able to plan it out what I'm going to be packing. So yeah, that is that. I have started it. I haven't finished it. It's nowhere near done. But I've gotten a couple things that like I've known that I wanted to get. Like, I knew I wanted to get a couple more nursing tank tops because I wanted to live in those in the hospital. I will probably live in them for at least a month after having her, because that's what I did with Owen. And yeah, we're getting really excited. I did read this baby book. I think it was by Sarah Ockwell Smith. It's called The Second Baby Book. And while it did give me some worries about certain things that I hadn't necessarily thought about, for the most part, I felt like it did make me feel a little bit better. So if you are a second-time mom, or you are planning on having your second kid, because it's written for people, you know, before you have, or whenever you're thinking about it, when you are pregnant, and then like kind of the aftermath of it all. And I did feel like it was a pretty good read. Had I read it before, I don't think it would have made me feel any more prepared, because between Jacob and I, Jacob was ready first to have another baby. This one definitely came as a surprise because we weren't trying. We are very grateful, but we weren't trying at all. So she kind of just came whenever she needed to. And I've told Jacob before, because we had kind of a time set in mind that we were going to start trying for another kid, and this happened months before, and we got to that time, and me even being pregnant, I was like, you know, I don't know that I would have felt ready even at that time. So it really just happened how it was meant to happen. If she's meant to be, that's all. And we're just getting super excited. We did just have a baby shower. I think I'm gonna film a baby shower haul maybe right after this, so then I can put the stuff away. But yeah, I do plan to do maybe a couple more pregnancy updates, you know, willing and everything. And then I do have a couple other baby videos planned. Once I actually pack the hospital bag, I think I'll show you what's in it, and then maybe what we did and didn't use after we have her. But time's just creeping up. I definitely feel like while it seems slow sometimes, like we should be closer than what we are, at the same time, I can't believe we are as far along as we are, and that we're so close. So close. But I'm just trying to enjoy the time with, you know, just Owen while I still can, because I know it's gonna rock his world, or rock our world whenever she's actually here. But we're all just so excited. So yeah, that is my pregnancy update for 33 weeks. Next time I'll try to have maybe some more notes on just feelings and experiences. But I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to subscribe down below, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.